Assalamu alaikum students. As you know that this is our lecture 19 and 20. Now in this lecture we discuss Bragg spectrometer. What is Bragg spectrometer? Basically it is the practical realization of Bragg's law devised by Bragg himself. William Henry Bragg and his son William Lawrence Bragg received Nobel Prize in 1915 for their services in the analysis of crystal structure by means of X-rays. Now basically in the Bragg spectrometer, the Bragg spectrometer is used for the analysis of crystal structure. Basically when the X-rays are already produced and these X-rays are bombarded on any crystal surface, then with the help of these X-rays we can find out the lattice distance between the two lattice layers. Now basically why is this Bragg spectrometer used? Now basically in Bragg spectrometers we use X-ray tube having X-rays of wavelength lambda. Now we use the wavelength of X-rays which are known to us, and when they fall on the crystal having lattice layers, now this is the crystal structure of any material. In a crystal structure we know that we have lattice layers. Okay, basically the crystal is made up of lattice atoms. So this is the lattice layer, first lattice layer, this is the second lattice layer, this is the third lattice layer, and this is the fourth lattice layer, and the distance between the two lattice layers is equal to d, that is d spacing. Now basically this Bragg spectrometer is used to find out this distance d if we have the known wavelength of X-rays. Now we use X-ray tube having X-rays of known wavelength lambda, and then they fall on the crystal having lattice layers, and the distance between two consecutive lattice layers is equal to d. So if we use known wavelength of X-rays, then we can find the unknown distance d of any crystal. Clear students? If we अगर हम कोई भी वेवलेंथ, ऐसी वेवलेंथ यूज़ करते हैं, कोई भी जो एक्सरेज की कोई वेवलेंथ ऐसी वेवलेंथ है जो हमें पता है, देन हम इजीली फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं दिस डिस्टेंस d, और ये हम एक इक्वेशन के ज़रिए फाइंड आउट करेंगे, एंड वो जो इक्वेशन है वो हम कहाँ से फाइंड आउट करेंगे? ब्रैग्स लॉ से. सो ब्रैग स्पेक्ट्रोमीटर जो है वो एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट है जिसमें ये सारा फेनोमेना होता है, और जो हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं डी को, वो हम किससे कैलकुलेट करते हैं? बाय यूजिंग ब्रैग्स लॉ. So if we use known wavelength of X-rays, then we can find out the unknown distance d of any crystal, and if we know the distance d, then we can find unknown wavelength lambda of X-rays. So basically it is the interrelation between lambda and d. It means that if we know the d value of d of any crystal, then we can find out the unknown wavelength lambda, and if we know the wavelength lambda of X-rays, then we can find out the unknown d of any crystal. Clear students? Next we discuss the construction of Bragg's spectrometer. Now basically Bragg spectrometer consists of X-rays. X-rays are produced by the same method we discussed before in lecture, I think 16, 17, I don't know. लेक्चर हमने ये डिस्कस कर लिया था कि हमने एक्सरेज जो है वो किस तरह से प्रोड्यूस की जाती हैं. अब इस केस में जब हम ब्रैग स्पेक्ट्रोमीटर की कंस्ट्रक्शन डिस्कस करते हैं तो हमारे पास जो है वो वी हैव इन ऑर्डर टू in order to X-rays are in order to collimate it into a narrow beam. Basically we use X-rays, and in order to collimate it means के in straight line we use two slits of lead blocks. Now when these X-rays fall on a crystal surface, any crystal which we want to find out, any crystal surface in which we have to find out the d spacing between lattice layers. Now these X-rays fall on that crystal, and then basically X-rays from an X-ray tube are collimated into a narrow beam on passing through the slits S1 and S2 made in lead blocks as shown in figure 1. The narrow beam is then made to fall on a crystal whose lattice spacing D has to be found. In this case we use rock salt. Basically we can use any crystal in this equipment, that is calcite, mica or quartz crystal, mounted on a circular table T. That table is basically circular table T. Now circular table T capable of rotation about a vertical axis. Its position can be read off by the vernier V1, and basically we can find out its position by a scale which is called vernier V1 against a circular scale. The arm R. Now this is the arm R. This is the arm R in which we have the ionization chamber. Now the arm are rotating about the same vertical axis. It is we can also rotate this arm R carries the ionization chamber I, whose position can be read off by the vernier V2. This is vernier V2. Now next we have against a circular scale the intensity of X-rays determined by the degree of ionization is the chamber in the chamber is measured by a quadrant electrometer E. We can also use galvanometer or quadrant electrometer E to enhance the degree of ionization and hence intensity of X-rays. Methyl bromide is used in ionization chamber. Now basically in this ionization chamber we use methyl bromide. So when the X-rays of some intensity falls on enter into this ionization chamber, there is also they can also scatter in different directions, but but if we want to collimate it into a narrow beam, we use slit S3 and S4. Now when they these high intensity X-rays enter into the ionization chamber, the methyl bromide inside the ionization chamber ionizes into positive and negative ions. Now when they ionizes into positive and negative ions, the current is shown in this electrometer or galvanometer. Now we can say the intensity of X-rays determined by in the chamber is measured by this. To enhance the degree of ionization and hence intensity of X-rays, methyl bromide used in ionization chamber. The slit S3 and S4 shield the strong scattered radiation, and they are also made of lead blocks. When X-rays fall in the crystal makes an angle theta, then these X-rays scatter, but due to slits only certain direction of ray reach the ionization chamber. Clear? Now basically if the intensity of X-rays is greater, then they ionize methyl bromide and break it into positive and negative ions। ये मैं आपको पहले भी बताया है कि जब एक्सरेज जो हैं वो फॉल करेंगी मिथाइल ब्रोमाइड के ऊपर तो देन उसको तोड़ेंगी इन पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव आयंस। ड्यू टू दीज आयंस basically the current flows, which is shown by electrometer E or galvanometer G attached. So if number of ionization is increased, current is increased in E or G. So it means that if current shown by E or G is greater than intensity of X-rays is high. So now in the next lecture we will discuss Bragg's law. Thank you.